There are many wars in history, but the most destructive and famous war were world wars. Let's retrace the main events of World War II.
Like a Hellcat.
World War II was the deadliest conflict in human history, marked by 70 to 85 million fatalities. The vast majority of the world's countries formed two opposing military alliances, the Allies and the Axis. A stage of total war emerged directly involving more than 100 million people from more than 30 countries. Adolf Hitler, member of Nazi Party, eventually became the Chancellor of Germany in 1933. He abolished democracy, adopting a radical, racially motivated revision of the world order, and soon began a massive rearmament campaign. Meanwhile, France, to secure its alliance, allowed Italy a free hand in Ethiopia, which Italy desired as a colonial possession. The situation became worse in early 1935 when the territory of the Saar Basin was legally reunited with Germany and Hitler rejected the Treaty of Versailles,
Final visit to the
accelerated his
front, Hitler
rearmament
visited
program, and
General Theodor
introduced
Gutter's
conscription.
Ninth Army
Hitler
headquarters close
defied
to
the
the river
Versailles
border.
and Locarno
This army
treaties
was
by
facing the Soviets.
remilitarizing the
At this
Rhineland
stage,
in
Hitler had
March
less than 2
1936,
months left to live.
encountering
Those who had
little
not seen him
opposition
for
due
quite a
to
long time.
appeasement. In
His voice
October
was raspy, his
1936,
skin
Germany
discolored,
and
and his
Italy
eyes
formed the
rheumy.
Rome-Berlin Axis.
Most
A
notable
month
was the
later,
change in
Germany
Hitler's
and
posture.
Japan signed the
The Führer now
Anti-Comintern
hunched
Pact,
over instead of
which
standing
Italy
straight.
joined the following
Hitler
year,
was also
forming the
suffering
Axis
from
powers. The Second Italo-Ethiopian War was a brief colonial war that began in October 1935 and ended in May 1936. The war began with the invasion of the Ethiopia by the armed forces of the Kingdom of Italy, which was launched from Italian Somaliland and Eritrea. The war resulted in the military occupation of Ethiopia and its annexation into the newly created colony of Italian East Africa. In addition, it exposed the weakness of the League of Nations as a force to preserve peace. Both Italy and Ethiopia were member nations, but the League did little when the former clearly violated Article 10 of the League's Covenant. When civil war broke out in Spain, Hitler and Mussolini lent military support to the nationalist rebels, led by General Francisco Franco. Italy supported the nationalists to a greater extent than the Nazis did. Altogether, Mussolini sent to Spain more than 70,000 ground troops and 6,000 aviation personnel, as well as about 720 aircraft. The Soviet Union supported the existing government, the Spanish Republic. More than 30,000 foreign volunteers, known as the International Brigades, also fought against the nationalists. Both Germany and the Soviet Union used this proxy war as an opportunity to test in combat their most advanced weapons and tactics. The nationalists won the Civil War in April 1939. In the mid to late 1930s, Japanese forces in Manchukuo had sporadic border clashes with the Soviet Union and Mongolia. The Japanese doctrine of Hokushin-ron, which emphasized Japan's expansion northward, was favored by the Imperial Army during this time. With the Japanese defeat at Khalkhin Gol in 1939, the ongoing Second Sino-Japanese War, and ally Nazi Germany pursuing neutrality with the Soviets, this policy would prove difficult to maintain. Japan and the Soviet Union eventually signed a neutrality pact in April 1941, and Japan adopted the doctrine of Nanshin-ron, promoted by the Navy, which took its focus southward, eventually leading to its war with the United States and the Western Allies. In Europe, Germany and Italy were becoming more aggressive. In March 1938, Germany annexed Austria, again provoking little response from other European powers. Encouraged, Hitler began pressing German claims on the Sudetenland, an area of Czechoslovakia with a predominantly ethnic German population. Soon, the United Kingdom and France followed the appeasement policy of British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain and conceded this territory to Germany in the Munich Agreement, which was made against the wishes of the Czechoslovak government in exchange for a promise of no further territorial demands. Soon afterwards, Germany and Italy forced Czechoslovakia to cede additional territory to Hungary, and Poland annexed Czechoslovakia's Zaolzie region. Although all of Germany's stated demands had been satisfied by the agreement, privately Hitler was furious that British interference had prevented him from seizing all of Czechoslovakia in one operation. In subsequent speeches, Hitler attacked British and Jewish warmongers and in January 1939 secretly ordered a major build-up of the German Navy to challenge British naval supremacy. In March 1939, Germany invaded the remainder of Czechoslovakia and subsequently split it into the German Protectorate of Bohemia and Moravia and a pro-German client state, the Slovak Republic. Hitler also delivered 20 March 1939 ultimatum to Lithuania, forcing concession of the Carpathia region, formerly the German Memmeland. Greatly alarmed with Hitler making further demands on the Free City of Danzig, the United Kingdom and France guaranteed their support for Polish independence. When Italy conquered Albania in April 1939, the same guarantee was extended to Romania and Greece. Shortly after the Franco-British pledge to Poland, Germany and Italy formalized their own alliance with the Pact of Steel. On 23rd August, the Soviet Union signed the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, which had a non-aggression pact with Germany and divided Poland, with Germany having the western part and Soviet Union having the eastern part. This pact had a secret protocol that defined German and Soviet spheres of influence, with Germany getting western Poland and Lithuania and Soviet Union getting eastern Poland, Finland, Estonia, Latvia and Bessarabia, and raised the question of continuing Polish independence. The pact neutralized the possibility of Soviet opposition to a German campaign against Poland and assured that Germany would not have to face the prospect of two-front war as it had in World War I. Immediately after that, Hitler ordered the attack to proceed on 26 August, but upon hearing that the United Kingdom had concluded a formal mutual assistance pact with Poland and that Italy would maintain neutrality, he decided to delay